Hi guys, and today I'm going to be reacting to my League One predictions and pretty much give you my verdict as the team did well this season or not. So yeah, 24th I had Cambridge, they finished 14th, and I think they did have a good season for considering it being like their first season at League One level. They had some scouts along the way, like they beat Wigan a few weeks ago, Ipswich a few weeks ago, and they caused teams a lot of problems and hard to play against. And I think they'll be happy with their first season in League One. So yeah, and it's similar to Cheltenham. They finished 15th as well. Well, that I had them ranking as I think 15th again. Had a good season, and I'm sure they'll be happy with being their first team season in League One. And the question for them two teams, can they do it again? To the point where they weren't really in a relegation battle, their next step is for them to make sure that it's not second season syndrome and they can do it again next. So yeah, 22nd I have more than the finished 19th. They'll be happy they've obviously avoided relegation. What I think going into it would be the main aim, and a good run at the end of the season, like did it. I mean, where they would be without Carl Stockton's goals, I'll never know. But fair play to them. They've got another season in League One football. They've got another season in League One football. So yeah, 21st I had Wimbledon in the last relegation spot. They did go down and they were 23rd. Well, to be fair, it's kind of, how do I word it? They did look a good team at the start of the season where it looked like they were going to do well. Then they went 25 games where they didn't win at the end of the season. Well, that's half the season. And if you are expecting to go 25 games without winning and expect to stay up, I'm sorry, you're not going to, unfortunately, for them. And there's so many times where they were winning games and they shut leads away. They were 3-0 down yesterday. I had to get 3 goals, then they got beat 4-3. So yeah, so the challenge for them, if you like, is can them build a squad that'll get them back to League One at the first attempt. So yeah, 20th I had Fleetwood, and their thing is 20th. I think they'll be happy they stayed up, but they got very lucky. They got lucky because there was four worse teams than them. And next season they've got to do a lot better than getting 40 points, because I think if they get 40 points next season, they'll go down. But fair play to them. They stayed in League One. They did the job, what they had to do, and I'm sure they'll be happy. So yeah, this is arguably, could argue, one of my worst predictions. I had Plymouth 19 from the thing of 7. I think Plymouth will obviously be absolutely gutted they did meet the top 6, if you get, I mean, pretty much being in it all season and dropped out in the last year, but they can be very proud of their season, if you get, I mean, most people probably had it around like this end of the table, maybe a bit high, but not where it did finish, and it was a brilliant season for them, competing with the best teams in the league and stuff like that. Now can them do it again next season and pretty much use his heartbreak, what they got as motivation, like going into the like next season, hopefully for them do one better and make the top 6 next season. So yeah, eating back at Burton, I think is 16. I don't really know what to say about Burton. They were just your typical mid-table team who got a few good wins here and there, were inconsistent, but I guess they stayed up, so that'll do. They'll be happy with that. So yeah, 17th I had Crewe, and they finished 24th. The worst team in League One this season. They obviously went down and deserved to go down. They only picked up 29 points. But if you're looking to do anything at least up, you need a lot more points than that, and they were so poor. I think they went like 8 or 9 games without losing at one point, and they deserved to go down. And to be honest, I'm sorry if there's any Crew fans watching this, but I don't see us bouncing back at the first attempt. I think it'll be a while until you were in League One again. So yeah, 16th I had Accrington Stanley, and the thing is 12th. It was just another season where Accrington Stanley can be like happy if you get another season where John Coleman always does the business, make sure they get a solid mid-table finish and nothing more, nothing less. They're probably a bit disappointed that they didn't that they conceded as many goals as they did, because they didn't concede that many goals. You never know, they could be in the playoff race, but I think if you offered Accrington Stanley exactly halfway, 12 exactly middle of the table, I think they would have took that, and fair play to keep in mind that Ogden, I think, is their 4th or 5th straight season in League One next season. What, for a club of that size, is a remarkable achievement. you're mixing up with a club that I'm mixing it up with. So yeah, 15th I had Doncaster. The thing is 27th, another poor season for them, and again they were another one who like deserved to go down. To be fair, I'll give them some credit. They did very well to get down to the last day, knowing that they could still, but they've been poor this season, if you get me, and rightfully deserve to go down. So yeah. 14th, I had Bolton. I think it's 9. I think it was a very good season for Bolton in their first season back in League One. At one point, it did look like they were going to get the playoffs or have a chance. But really good. Now for them, can they kick on next season and meet the top 6? So yeah, very good season for Bolton. So there's not much they can be really too annoyed about. Maybe a bit annoyed that they didn't make the top 6, but there was 8 better teams than them. So yeah, we're offering a newly promoted team that I'm sure you would take it. So yeah. 13th I had Shrewsbury and they finished 18th. I don't really know what to say about Shrewsbury really. They were just your typical team that would give you a tough game if you get what I mean. Would like about rather than 3-0 a few weeks ago, pulls us back to 2-2 and until we nicked it back in the 90th minute to lose 3-2. One thing for them to lose 3-2, and one thing I will give them, they were hard to beat. They wouldn't concede many goals. So yeah, they're probably a bit disappointed to finish the 18th, but I guess for them it's another season in League One football. So yeah. 12th Gillingham and the finished 21st. Again, and in the final relegation place again, them weren't good enough again this season, and what rightfully ended in relegation. They did do well after Neil Harris came across and it was something like 10, 12 points behind to behind until Harris, and he did well to claw back and get to the final there, but I think that if they keep Harris in really good hands, like I heard his interview today where they said they've got 7 players under contract, most of them won't be there next season. So I think that if they stick with Harris, they've got a chance to bounce them back to League One at the first attempt. So yeah. 11th Wickham and they finished in the last playoff place 6. I think they did well to finish in the playoff places, and I think Wickham was that one side who were always there, if you get what I mean, where they're that team who was just hanging about, and then when they took the chance, got into the playoff, and they're only 3 games away from an immediate return to the Championship. It's going to be a tough tie for them against MK Dons. But that's the game I'm really looking forward to. The game I'm looking forward to the most. So yeah. 11th I had Lincoln. 10th I had Lincoln. I finished 17th. I think it was a disappointing season for them this time around. Especially after reaching the playoffs last season and to finish 17th. They'll be obviously disappointed. I wouldn't have got rid of. I don't know if Apple left by doing a call. I think they should have stuck with Apple and give him another chance. As what people got there, losing players like Johnson, you saw what he's doing at Nottingham Forest in the Championship this season. Grant, Rodgers, 3 of their best players. It was always going to be some ask if you get them in to do it again. But I guess look at the positive. They got another. I think they're going to be their 4th straight season in League One football. And for them, hopefully you can appoint the manager and do a lot better next. So yeah. 9th I had MK Dons and the thing is 3rd. They were really, really unlucky to get automatic promotion, and they were on some great form. I think in the point where they won 8 or 9, didn't lose in 12 games or loads of games like that. And at one point I thought they were going to get automatic, especially when Rotherham were having that blip. Scott Twine was for me probably the best player in this league this season. They did really well for a club of them to be where they were, and they were very unlucky not to get automatic promotion. And like Wickham, they're only 3 games away from the Championship. So yeah. 8th I had Portsmouth and the thing is 10th. I think it was a season of them of how that word of of a transition period. They had so many of their players leave last summer, Nealers who went up with Wigan, your Watmore who was up Wigan, and Ben Close, people like that. And I think they did have a decent enough season, not good enough to get playoffs, but But I think that I don't really want to know what to say. I think if they stick with Danny Cowley and they get the right players in for next season, you never know, they could maybe finish in the top six. So yeah, Rotherham I had seventh and I finished second. I got automatic promotion. First of all, any Rotherham fans, congratulations on automatic promotion. Obviously they had a very I can't remember the start, but they had a real thing where they were grinding out results and on great form. And at one point, I think when they were playing MK Dons at half time, they were 15 points clear of MK Dons. Then I think they got beat 3-2. I could be wrong there, but I'm sure they got beat. And then they went on a little rut, if you get what I mean. But Paul Brown managed to guide them together and just scrape them over the line back into the Championship. And they've got really good players at this level. Is the task for them and Paul Brown. Can them players finally keep Rotherham in the Championship and not be the Euro team coming back going up one side and coming back down like the next? That's what they've got to stop next season. So yeah. Sixth I've got Oxford and they finished 8th. I think Oxford were a good team to watch this season, and I always felt they were getting to the playoffs, and their bad run came at the wrong time of the season where they lost 3 in a row to Plymouth. Morecambe and us what really killed their season and what made them fingers in the top that thing only 8th really. So yeah, they've just got to bounce back next season. So yeah. 5th I had Sunderland, and that's exactly where we finished 5th. I think we had a really good start to the season where I could be wrong, but won 5 of our first 11 something, 9 of our first 11 and something like that, where we looked really good. Then we had that 5-0 win against Sheffield Wednesday, who obviously were playing in the playoffs, and then what really thought would put us in pole position on New Year's Day to go for promotion to the Championship thing. I don't know what happened. Johnson got sacked, went on a bad run of form, got Alex Nailing, and to be fair, he did really well to first of all steady the ship and get us into the playoffs and have us 3 games away from the Championship. So Arsenal's done a great job. Hopefully he can get us over the line now. So yeah. 4th I had Wigan, they won the league. And I'm not a bit of Sunderland fan, any Wigan fan watching this. Congratulations, you fully deserved the league title. You were the best team in the league this season, and hopefully for them, I guess because they shouldn't be down there because if they weren't in administration, they probably wouldn't have been down there. Hopefully for them, they can now kick on and do well in the Championship next season and stay up. So yeah. 3rd I had Charlton, they finished 30. That was a bad prediction, to be honest. What I thought with Charlton, I won't be honest, they signed Stockley back in the summer. I thought there's a good League One striker. They signed McGilvery, who was arguably one of the best goalkeepers in the league. So you think they had a good end to last season and stuff like that, and you thought that is going to singy them and make sure that they're going to do well this time this thing. But it didn't do that. They had a horrible start to the season, and they've actually got rid of Nigel Atkins, and then Johnny Jackson came in and pretty much had a honeymoon period where they're winning games left, right and centre, and after that, once he got the job permanently, Eli then was pretty much just inconsistent at best. If you get what I mean. What a club of Charlton stature shouldn't be finishing 13th in League One. That's one thing I will see, and they've got to sort their squad out, ready to go again next season to make sure that they're in with a chance of promotion next season. So yeah. 2nd Sheffield Wednesday, and the thing is 4th. I think they'll be probably happy with 4th in the end, as they did have a really tough start to the season. If you get what I mean, they was very inconsistent. They seem to draw a lot of games. If you get what I mean, something that will probably might help them in the playoffs to get something at home against us first. But yes, I think they should have done better, and yes, hopefully they don't go up obviously. So yeah, I think first Ipswich, and I had Ipswich first and they finished 11th. They'll be disappointed as well. Let's face it, they spent all that money because they had to try and back to the Championship, and this was their 3rd season in a row where they finished mid-table. It's not good enough for really them. Now you wonder what's going to happen with their players, because their players will probably be on big contracts. Probably the ones that sign from Championship might have clauses in them where they want out out. So yeah, yes, but they've next season got to get back to the Championship. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Let me know. What do you think about League One predictions? Did I do good? Did I do bad? I got two bang on. I got Fleetwood and I got Sunderland bang on. But it's nice to know I know a bit about my own club. So yeah, next time you do me before the playoff, I'm going to do a video on our players out of contract at the end of the season to pretty much see would I keep them, would I not? So yeah, so hope you enjoyed it. Like, subscribe, view, comment, and say yeah.